You, are a neurosurgeon. That is what you do.
Mhm.
Explain to us your life before what happened to you back all those years ago in
Okay.
2008.
Right. So we're about 15 and a half years out from when it all happened. At that time, I was 54 years old. I had practiced neurosurgery. I taught neurosurgery at Harvard Medical School for 15 years.
Mhm.
Thought I had some understanding of brain, mind, and consciousness. But I confess that I harbored a very conventional scientific worldview. And that conventional view is one of materialism or physicalism. And what physicalism says about it all is the brain creates consciousness um, and out of purely physical matter, and that things like thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, insights, intuitions have no basis in reality at all. And so that was kind of the world I lived in. Now, my own father, my adoptive father, because adoption is a giant part of my story for those who've read Proof of Heaven. But anyway, my adoptive father was a globally renowned neurosurgeon, and he was very influential in my life. He was a tremendous role model and mentor. He had been a combat surgeon in the Second World War in the Pacific Theater for over two years. In fact, I still have his little pocket Bible that was Psalms and New Testament that I think got him through that. His faith in God and prayer got him through World War II relatively unscathed. And he was always very comfortable as a scientist, leading a neurosurgical program, very aware of modern physics and cosmology. But his belief in God was perfectly consistent with every bit of that. Now, like
Hmm.
so many of us who grew up in the 60s and 70s, like I did, I always knew science is the pathway to truth. I wanted to believe some of what I heard in the Methodist Church growing up, but it had to be consistent with the science that I was learning in school and that I was practicing. And for me, that led to some confusion over a few decades as to how conscious awareness could survive the death of the brain and body. And that's why I think I had such an extraordinary deep dive of an experience in 2008. But the person I was November 10th, 2008, who woke up with that severe back pain at the very beginning of my week in coma, that person was, a conventional materialist neurosurgeon who thought brain creates consciousness and our existence is birth to death, nothing more. And I now realize that is woefully inadequate to explain human experience and the nature of reality that we have based on evidence of what happens to human beings. So that's
Hmm.
where the whole thing gets very, very exciting.